The countdown has officially begun. Tyler Robinson, the man accused in the shocking case surrounding the death of Charlie Kirk, is due back in court on September 29th, and that date is approaching fast. Depending on when you're watching this video, it might be in 5 days, 4 days, 3, 2, or even just 1 day away. But no matter when you press play, one thing is clear: your voice still matters. Because this isn't just another day in court. This hearing could reshape everything we think we know about this case. It's officially called a waiver hearing, and while that term may sound procedural, in reality, it's a high-stakes moment. For Robinson, who has been declared indigent, meaning he cannot afford his own legal defense, the court is now tasked with finding qualified attorneys experienced in death penalty cases. This fact alone tells us something chilling. Prosecutors are treating this case with the gravity of a potential capital case. Now here's where the mystery deepens. Across social media, rumors have been circulating that Robinson may not have even been the shooter. Some say he was merely used, manipulated into playing a role, while the real perpetrator remains in the shadows. Others go further, claiming the man now in jail is not the same figure seen on blurry surveillance footage. These claims remain unverified, but they're gaining traction and fueling intense debates. So, what does that mean for Robinson? On September 29th, will he finally break his silence? Will he speak out, perhaps pointing fingers at others? Or will his legal team advise him to stay quiet, protecting his defense strategy but leaving the public hungry for answers? This hearing may also address a major legal issue: due process. Experts warn that statements made publicly by Utah officials and the FBI risk jeopardizing Robinson's right to a fair trial. Judges do not take such risks lightly, and this could lead to courtroom discussions about gag orders or restrictions on public statements. Then there's the Discord chat. The FBI is investigating whether Robinson admitted guilt online, but seasoned investigators know how fragile digital evidence can be. Was it really Robinson typing? Could accounts have been hacked or fabricated? And if this evidence is challenged, will it even make it before a jury? The countdown is real, the stakes are enormous, and Robinson's fate hangs in the balance. By the end of this video, we'll explore what authorities say could happen on September 29th, and what outcomes detectives, legal experts, and observers believe are most likely. But for now, I'll ask you, our audience, to weigh in. Where are you watching from, and what do you think will happen when Tyler Robinson steps into that courtroom? Drop your comments below, because this community isn't just here to watch, we're here to investigate together. And before we move forward, don't forget, like, share, and subscribe so you don't miss the critical updates as this case unfolds. Help spread this video so more people can join the discussion, because together, we may uncover truths others don't want us to see. At first glance, a waiver hearing might sound routine, almost boring, but in reality, it sets the stage for everything to come. It's where Robinson could waive certain rights, confirm his legal representation, and prepare the groundwork for what could become a capital trial. For detectives and investigators, these early hearings are critical. They reveal the strategy of both sides. Will the prosecution push aggressively, signaling they want the harshest penalty possible? Or will the defense raise immediate concerns about Robinson's treatment, his rights, or the integrity of evidence? The fact that Robinson is indigent makes this even more complicated. Defending a capital case requires immense resources, from forensic specialists to expert witnesses. If the court struggles to find attorneys with this experience, Robinson could argue that his right to effective counsel is being compromised. That's not a minor issue. It could shape the entire case, and hovering over it all is the looming possibility of the death penalty. Even if prosecutors haven't announced it officially, the court's search for capital qualified attorneys is a clear signal. This isn't just about guilt or innocence, it's about whether Robinson's life may hang in the balance. This is where the case takes a darker turn. Online chatter suggests the man in custody may not match the suspect seen on surveillance footage. Some claim the build, the walk, or even facial features don't align perfectly. While no official evidence confirms this, the idea is powerful enough to spark public doubt. As detectives, we have to ask, if Robinson is not the shooter, then why is he in custody? Could he have been framed? Could he have been involved indirectly, perhaps manipulated by someone with more power and influence? Or are these online theories simply a reflection of a desperate public searching for holes in the narrative? If the defense seizes on these inconsistencies, September 29th could become the first real battleground. They might demand clarity on the footage, request expert analysis, or raise doubts about whether prosecutors even have the right man. And if that argument gains traction, this case could shift dramatically. The alleged Discord confession has been one of the most talked about elements of this case. According to reports, Robinson admitted guilt in a private chat and discussed the crime. But in modern investigations, digital evidence is one of the most fragile forms. Accounts can be spoofed, messages can be altered, logs can be faked. The defense may argue that without strong forensic backing, these chats are meaningless. And if the FBI is already under fire for releasing too much information too soon, this evidence could become even more controversial. Imagine the judge on September 29th asking whether such evidence is reliable enough to shape a potential capital case. That moment could determine whether prosecutors proceed confidently or face serious setbacks. Legal experts are already warning that Utah officials and the FBI may have compromised Robinson's right to a fair trial. Public statements, press conferences, and leaks can shape public opinion before a jury is even seated. That's dangerous in any case, but especially in one tied to a national figure like Charlie Kirk. The judge may address this directly. Possible outcomes include gag orders, restrictions on evidence disclosure, or even warnings to officials to preserve fairness. For Robinson, this could be a lifeline. For prosecutors, it could be a setback. This act of the drama isn't just about Robinson, it's about whether the system itself can deliver justice without bias. We must not ignore Robinson's state of mind. Appearing in a suicide prevention smock, isolated in custody and facing national scrutiny, he's under immense psychological strain. Detectives know that silence under pressure can mean many things: fear of speaking out, legal strategy, or intimidation by unseen forces. If Robinson speaks on September 29th, even briefly, it could offer insight into whether he feels safe, threatened, or prepared to fight back. Here's where detective reasoning comes into play. On September 29th, one of several outcomes could unfold. First, the hearing could proceed as routine. The judge confirms representation, sets deadlines, and moves forward. Second, the defense could push back. Concerns about evidence or fairness could spark new motions. Third, there could be a surprise revelation. Robinson or his defense could make unexpected statements that reshape the narrative. Each scenario has ripple effects. A routine hearing keeps the case quiet. Pushback could delay proceedings. A revelation could explode the case wide open. And so the countdown continues. As the clock ticks towards September 29th, we are left with more questions than answers. Is Robinson the shooter or a pawn in a larger game? Will the court safeguard his rights or bend under public pressure? And most importantly, will we finally hear his voice, or will silence dominate once again? Audience, this is where you come in. Drop your theories, your predictions, your insights. Let's investigate this together. Because when September 29th arrives, Robinson's fate could shift toward freedom, exposure of deeper truths, or a path far darker than anyone imagines. And before you leave, remember, like, share, and subscribe. The countdown is real, the stakes are enormous, and this story is far from over. Help spread this video so we can build the community that keeps asking the hard questions, because in this case, every question matters.